25 million people are needlessly blind, but they can be cured with a 25-minute, $25 operation. One World Sight Project welcomes you to the highlights of the 2010 Eyes of Africa International Webathon. Thanks to doctors and patients across the United States, we've permanently cured blindness in over 200 people and greatly improved vision care in Tanzania. And now, I'd like to welcome One World Sight Project President and Founder, Dr. Richard Weiss.
Hi, I'm Dr. Weiss, President and Founder of the One World Sight Project. The exciting video that you're about to see is about how we cured over 100 people of blindness and improved permanently the eye care of over 1 million people in northern Tanzania. We did this by converting a simple Botox cosmetic treatment and a visit to the hair salon into a charitable act. We'll take you to Africa and show you what it's like there, what it's like to be blind, and what we're doing, how we cure blindness. I have an interview with my friend Jack, who's a Maasai warrior who killed a lion with his bare hands. We'll tell you about cataracts and what they are, what diabetic eye disease is. You'll hear from doctors and patients from around the country, and we have lots of entertainment with multiple musicians. Now, it's not too late to donate and help us cure blindness around the world, so if you like what you see, please share it with your friends on, the usual Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, YouTube, MyTube, all those social networking sites. So anyway, without further ado, let's take you straight to Africa.
What you're looking at right here is a child of about 4 years old who suffered from bilateral cataracts, so cataracts in both eyes, and he received cataract surgery to remove those cataracts, of course. And this is him walking around for the first time being able to see. Right now he's shaking the hand of one of the people that helped sponsor the surgery. And for the first time in his life, he's able to see, and you'll see him pick up this piece of paper. And this is an entirely new experience for him. And this is just an example of how life-changing cataract surgery can be. One thing I'd like to point out, you'll notice that the child is kind of squinting his eyes, and that's because he's not used to the light. This is his first time seeing. This clip right here is an older gentleman who is walking with a cane. He is blind in both of his eyes, and he also received the cataract surgery, a very simple surgery, 20 to 25 minutes for $20 to $25. And again, I just want to stress, it is life-changing. We've restored sight to people who could not see before, and as you can tell by this man's expression, he's clearly very thrilled.
In the studio here live with Trent Rhodes. Thanks for coming in, Trent. I happened to go to Tanzania last year with Trent, and we went down there to find out if the money that we were donating and raising was being spent wisely.
I found it very inspiring, and it was incredible to see what One World Sight Project actually did to help these people in Africa. And we have some slides from the hospital and from some of the outreaches that actually they go out and personally screen candidates, thousands at a time, screen candidates that cannot get to the hospital and bring them back, do the surgeries, and put them back into their villages.
Here's Trent and Susan Llewellyn, who's the head of the administrator, head of the hospital down there at KCCO.
She runs the eye department, right?
Yes, she runs the Kilimanjaro Center for Community Ophthalmology, and she trains people from around the world.
I took almost all these pictures. Dr. Weiss was screening them. Actually, there were so many people in line that Dr. Weiss was actually screening as well with the other African doctors. People waiting, thousands of people waiting to get screened.
Here's their vision getting taken outside because there's no room inside. Here's Trent again. You can make friends with people pretty easily in this place.
You totally can.
You'll notice this woman is nursing, and she has an orbital tumor. She wasn't there in the eye clinic. She was there giving birth. And Trent pulled me in from the clinic. Trent, you were responsible for her getting care because we subsequently arranged for her to get care at the eye hospital that we support.
This is a resident from Rwanda. He was actually there in school during the war in Rwanda, and he is now learning to be an ophthalmologist and go back to his native country and continue helping people in his native country. most of these people in Africa, pretty much most of the countries, they say it's pretty much all based on donations and free health care. None of these people are really paying for their work because they don't have any money. And they can't get to these hospitals. It's really, I mean, this operating room has the $100,000 that was raised last year helped finish up this eye surgery floor.
This is one of the eye hospitals, this is one of the operating rooms that we funded.
Right, and you can see how nice the operating room is for an African facility. So the other facilities in the hospital aren't even near this nice.
This is Trent, who's got such a big heart that he literally was giving kids the clothes off his back. That's what kind of, I'm not kidding about this, that's what kind of a guy Trent is, without even thinking about it.
This guy, I think, is over 100 years old.
Yeah.
I remember we asked Jack, the Maasai warrior, to translate for this guy.
Yeah, and that's how we met Jack,
and
because his father was in the ward, and Jack was translating for this man, and he was telling us that he got to be this old just drinking blood and milk.
Right.
And that's what the Maasai, the traditional Maasai, drink. Now, here's Jack's dad in the back of the picture, and that's a good segue into the film that we're going to show you about Jack the Maasai warrior, our friend.
Okay, tell me about KCMC and your dad.
Oh, the KCMC is very far from in my home to go in the KCMC.
Where do you live?
I live in Loliando.
Uh-huh.
The place in Ngorongoro is 1,000 kilometers to come in Arusha, and this I think 55 kilometers from in Arusha to go in KCMC. But only I follow KCMC because KCMC is very important to help people of heights.
Did they help your dad?
Yes, my dad knows it very well.
Now tell me more about when you killed your first lion. What exactly happened?
Everybody's happy because I will kill the lion, and everybody come to fight me to go to find another lion.
And you were just taking care of the cattle?
Yeah, no, we leave the cattle, so only we go with warriors to find the lion.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, so you went to look for the lion?
Yes.
And then you just killed it yourself?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
How far was the lion from you?
Oh, very far.
Yeah?
Like maybe 2 meters or 3 meters.
And you threw a spear?
Yeah, so I received the spear
Uh-huh.
to kill lion.
Did you have a big party afterwards? A celebration?
Yes.
In the village?
Yes, more party.
Uh-huh.
Today, I'm very impressed that Dr. Weiss put together this program, which I think is fantastic. Our patients have been thrilled to be able to participate in a charity that gives them a chance to contribute some of the money that would have gone for a cosmetic procedure and turn that into an opportunity to help somebody's vision in Africa. Kathy's one of our patients today. She's been very gracious, so we just finished with her Botox treatment. Kathy, what made you want to participate in the Vanity for Vision project?
Well, it's such a great opportunity to help support vision care in Africa, which is underserved. And, you know, Allergan supported it by donating the product, and doctors around the country have donated their time. So the least I could do was to participate and donate money towards the cause.
Well, I'm really glad that you're willing to help out. You're going to be beautiful. Well, you started out beautiful, but you're going to be more beautiful. I know you always liked the Botox treatments, and David, I think she should be all set.
Ellie, tell us what it's like to be blind. Tell us
I'll
when
tell
you were
you.
growing up and the challenges that you've had.
Well, you know, I have RP, which is retinitis pigmentosa. So my visual loss was the most painful one because it was gradually getting worse. And you're so right. I lost the rest of my vision when I was in my teenage years. I went from being one of the most popular kids in school to gradually losing friends because I couldn't see. But I was still the same person. I've lost my vision, I say approximately 30 years ago. So your memory of seeing starts diminishing. What I can remember now is, I can still remember black and white. I can't remember how other colors look anymore.
I mean, you used to be able to see everything, and then it gradually, the memory of color faded, and then now you remember kind of things might have been light, may have been dark, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. To all of the viewers out there, do me a favor. Do yourselves a favor. Get a chance to know somebody who's a little different, because you're gonna learn something. You know, when it comes down to it, that's what counts.
I have a model here, Ellie, and it's a 3D model of the eye. This is the eye,
Okay.
and here is the clear cornea,
Okay.
and here back here is the optic nerve.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm gonna pop open the top of the eye.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're going to have a cross-section of the eye. Okay, now, inside the eye, the front of the eye is a cornea, and then there's a lens behind it.
Right. Huh?
The lens comes out, you see.
Yes.
The lens acts like the lens of a camera, and it
Okay.
focuses the light back here on the retina.
On the retina, right.
Right, so that's how people can see. Now, your blindness
Comes
is
from
back
the
here on the retina. Retinitis pigmentosa, actually, it's a degenerative disease, mostly in the periphery, it starts in the periphery, and that's where your disease is. It's basically a disease of the nerve.
Okay.
Okay? But in cataract surgery, the nerve and the retina back here and the nerve going to the brain is intact. What happens is, this lens, like the lens of a camera,
The ones that's back of the cornea, correct?
right, it's in back of the cornea,
Right.
that lens gets cloudy.
Okay.
And when it slowly gets more cloudy, and most of us will get cataracts, by the way. That's why everybody watching should be interested in learning about this. Because let me tell you about the symptoms of a cataract. The symptoms are basically the vision gradually gets dim, and then if untreated in some people, you lose it completely. Now here in the United States, we get cataract surgery fairly early, when people can still see. Very few people go blind from cataracts unless it's an unusual situation here. But in much of the developing world, when a cataract forms, there's no doctors. There's more ophthalmologists and eye surgeons in the San Francisco Bay Area than there are in the entire continent of Africa.
Wow, that's mind-blowing.
This lens gets really cloudy. Now, if it was a camera, we could just exchange the lens and put a new one in. Well, that's basically what we do with cataract surgery. We take the lens out, you put it in your pocket, throw it away, and then we put a new clear lens inside the eye. And basically, the results there are pretty much overnight.
And you guys can do the operation within an hour, right, or 2 hours?
It takes about a half hour or 20 minutes. It depends on what kind of technique is used. But basically, there are 25 million people who are needlessly blind in the world. See, that's mind-blowing. In your case, unfortunately, Steve Wynn has the same problem from the casinos. Sure. There's a problem with the film. But there are 25 million people in the world who are needlessly blind.
Sure. For something that's
one of a simple operation that will cost anywhere between $25 and $50.
Now it's my pleasure to present to you an amazing set of guys. They sing, they do motivational speaking, and they also happen to be totally blind. Please welcome Outasight.
Do